Two adventurers went to China searching for a secret to gunpowder, but instead they encountered terrible monsters. Is it even possible to defeat real monsters from hell? Find out in our recap of the movie The Great Wall. The events of the film take place in the 11th century. A group of merchants travel to China for the secret of the black powder. The nomads attack them near the Great Wall of China and take the lives of several members of the group. In search of shelter, the adventurers hide in a cave and argue about what to do next. Suddenly, they hear noises outside. The men are attacked by an unknown creature. Two adventurers manage to defeat it and cut off the monster's paw. Their names are Tovar and William. They set out in the morning, successfully fleeing from the nomads, but getting captured by the soldiers of the Great Wall garrison. The adventurers drop their weapons. The Chinese soldiers run to their commander, General Shao and Councillor Wang, to show them the paw of the huge monster, which was brought by the Europeans. Commander Lin demands an explanation from the prisoners. They call themselves merchants and claim to have defeated the monster with a sword. However, the girl doesn't believe them. We learn that the order was created for the purpose of protecting the wall from the Tao-tier monsters, which appear every 60 years. The commander decided to execute the prisoners, but at that moment the whole army of Tao-tier monsters approaches the wall. The men are supposed to be locked up in the prison for some time. Failing to find the right key, they are simply left on the wall under guard. All the troops of the order prepare to repel the assault. The warriors put on their armor, take their weapons, and prepare their armaments for battle. Commander Lin personally leads the soldiers. More and more soldiers in colorful clothing appear on the wall. The infantrymen are dressed in black and the archers in red. The women wearing blue clothes will fight with spears. The adventurers admire the might of the Chinese army. Wild screams are heard. The monsters have gotten really close. The soldiers are preparing long-range weaponry. These are huge projectiles that are set on fire and launched at the enemies with catapults. The archers enter the fray. They release hundreds of arrows. Despite that, the monsters rush forward. There are too many of them. They approach the wall, and the girls armed with spears, called the cranes, join the fight. Female warriors use long ropes to jump down and also attack the Tao-tier. Then they are lifted back onto the wall. Alas, many of them become prey to those toothy monsters. The amount of creatures increases with each passing minute. The soldiers spot their queen and try to attack her. However, she stands surrounded by a crowd of defenders and remains untouchable. The monsters struggle to get onto the wall. Fierce close combat ensues, and no one pays any attention to the prisoners. Another European runs up to them and sets them free. Either way, there is nowhere to run, so our adventurers also engage in the battle. And then we realize that they are real warriors, masterful with their weapons. William and Tovar heroically defeat one monster after another, using a sword and a bow. The Queen of Monsters gives the signal to retreat. The army manages to protect the wall, though suffering great losses. Commander Lin approaches the adventurers, and they immediately drop their weapons. However, they are no longer in danger of being executed. On the contrary, the Chinese soldiers thank the men for their heroism in saving the soldier Peng Yong, and even offer them a place to rest in their barracks. At night, the same man who freed the adventurers during the battle sneaks in to see them. We learn that his name is Sir Ballard, and he arrived in China 25 years ago. It turns out that they share a common goal: to find gunpowder. The washed and shaved adventurers look much better. They are cheered at the victory feast. William is encouraged to show his skills in using the bow. He accepts the challenge. Tovar takes the bowl and tosses it in the air, while William uses 3 arrows to fix it on the column. That's truly incredible. The adventurers enjoy their meal. William and Lin chat nicely and seem to like each other. Lin invites her friend onto the wall and offers him to take a leap down, just as the female warriors did during the battle. William looks down and refuses to jump. He doesn't trust the beauty. In the evening, Ballard shows gunpowder to the adventurers. They decide to steal it and escape from the wall while the soldiers are engaged in a battle. Later, Councillor Wang meets with William and tells him the legend of the Tao-tier. These monsters appeared 2000 years ago after the fall of the green meteorite. They were sent by the gods to punish the local emperor for his greed. The monsters attack the wall every 60 years, and the mission of the order is to prevent them from breaking through. At night, 2 Tao-tiers sneak onto the wall and take the lives of several guards. Shao and Lin, along with other soldiers, intend to go on a recon mission. but are ambushed and fight a pair of monsters. The warriors win, but General Shao dies of his wounds, and Lin becomes the new general of the order. At this time, a message arrives at the wall with an ancient scroll. It states that the Tao tier monsters can be pacified with the help of a special magnet. However, this theory must be tested. William offers to catch the live monster with a harpoon. For that reason, the adventurer's escape is postponed. Soon the Tao tier start another attack, and the Chinese warriors prepare to take the fight. Thousands of monsters emerge from the mist and attack the wall. The bloody battle ensues once again. William is eager to fight, but Tovar and Ballard are willing to steal the gunpowder and escape. Harpoons, chains and sharp blades are used in combat. One of the monsters is hooked with a harpoon coated with a sedative potion. Time is required for it to work. For that, the monster is separated from the other Tao tier with a ring of fire. The problem is that the chain is about to break. Realizing it, William heroically descends to the monster. He sees the wounded monster and wraps it with chains to secure it. However, other Tao tier continue the attack while the beast is being lifted. Fighting them in the fog is extremely difficult. Tovar rushes to help William. They repel the monster's attack, focusing only on sound. And our adventurers succeed. Yet, there are too many Tao tier monsters. Realizing they have no other option, the Chinese warriors use gunpowder rockets, which remained unknown to the residents of other countries at the time. Such powerful weapons help in the fight against the beasts, and our heroes survive. William comes to his senses and learns that they have managed to catch one of the monsters. Moreover, they will never be allowed to go home, since they've seen gunpowder in action. A magnet is tested on the captured monster, and it works. The Tao tier immediately ceases to be aggressive. The monster, along with the magnet, is sent to the capital. William and Tovar start arguing about what they should do now. One of them wants to stay here, while the other wants to run away with the gunpowder. A fight almost breaks out between the men. Tao tier are attacking again. In the meantime, Tovar and Ballard find a tunnel that can be used to reach the capital. They steal the gunpowder and prepare to flee. Suddenly, William appears and orders them to stop. The men shun him and leave the wall. They manage to escape unnoticed, since the Chinese warriors have a different problem. They must warn the capital of the tunnel and of possible Tao tier attacks. A captured monster is also brought there and shown to the Emperor, proving that it can be peaceful when there is a magnet nearby. William is detained by the soldiers. Lin is furious. Despite of the support of the soldier Peng Yong, who was saved earlier, they decide to lock William in a dungeon. At the same time, Ballard betrays Tovar and escapes with the black powder. However, he soon encounters nomads and dies along with them because of the ignited gunpowder. Tovar himself is promptly caught by the Chinese soldiers and returned to the wall. Lin decides to use the hot air balloons to pursue the Tao tier horde. William is released. He is requested to return home and inform the world of these dangerous monsters. However, William stays, takes his bow and jumps onto one of the balloons. At this time, an envoy tells the Emperor about his theory of the magnets. He shows that if the magnet is moved further away, the beast becomes aggressive again. And so it happens. The captive Tao tier lunges at the humans with its cage and screams furiously, giving a signal to its queen. The monsters rush towards the capital. By the time William arrives, the city is almost completely destroyed. The handful of surviving warriors heroically continue the battle. Commander Lin is among them. William rushes to her aid and uses a rope to lift her up. The main characters fly the hot air balloon and spot the Tao tier queen. They rush to the place and find the frightened emperor there. Counselor Wang suggests a cunning plan. They tie explosives to the captive monster, feed it and set it free. The heroes plan to blow up the monster when it reaches the queen. During the mission, Peng Yang sacrifices his life to save the others. Counselor Wang along with Lin and William go up the tower to get the gunpowder rocket, which they will use as a detonator. Wang sacrifices himself to buy time for William and Lin. The protagonists use a rope to get to the ground and throw the magnet right into the crowd of the monsters surrounding the queen. They freeze. At that very second, a burning rocket flies into the opening. After the Queen's death, all the monsters freeze and fall into anabiosis. Lynn and William smile in relief. The warriors return to the wall. William finds Tova in the dungeon and tells him that the Locust offered him gunpowder as reward. However, the man refused in order to free his friend. The adventurers return home under the protection of a cavalry detachment. Lynn looks at William with sadness in her eyes. The man says he will surely return. Well, this time the world was saved not by the US but by China. We are thankful for any likes, and be sure to subscribe, since each of our recaps deserves your attention. You've been watching the Movie Cat channel, and we're working just for you.